Hello everybody, welcome to the Generic Cappy YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. I am Generic Cappy, and tomorrow, September 14th, 2023, there will be a Nintendo Direct. An early Nintendo Direct, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. But that also means there's predictions to be made about it. And this time, the last couple times I also haven't been alone, but I'm not alone on this prediction. I am also here with my friend Kate.
Hello! I'm back again.
Yeah, and we have some predictions for you all. This video will deal with some of the leaks out there about the Direct, just because, some of those things have been rumored for a long time, so, and then, they leaked, but that's fine, I hope.
Yeah, I think, at this point, it'd be weird if we don't talk about the leaks from our favorite Twitter user. Is it pronounced Pioro?
Yes, Pioro.
Pioro. I feel like it's on everybody's mind, it's on my mind, so
Yeah.
we are going to talk about the Pioro stuff. But again, obviously if you don't want to see or deal with that, then that's totally fine. I didn't want to, but
I mean, it's everywhere at this point, so.
Yeah. So yeah, here we are, a 10 a.m. Direct. I honestly did not think it would be a 10 a.m. one.
Yeah.
I thought it would be September. I mean, it is. Oh my God, it is September. I thought it would be Wednesday. So at the time of this recording today, at 5, because I saw this tweet that said there was going to be like a shadow drop or something, and that would be on the 14th. But it was in. The tweet was made in like a country that is far ahead of us in the time zone. So I thought it'd be like, oh, okay, it's gonna be 5 p.m. and then they're gonna do that. They're gonna do that like on the 14th.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought, but it's 10 a.m. and it makes me. I didn't really think they'd do this because June was 10 a.m. and I didn't. And usually they do like at least because September was 5. September was 10, but then February was 5. But then June was 10, and then I thought this would be 5. But clearly there's no pattern. I am done.
I mean, I guess this is the normal now. I don't know if they're going to go back to...
yeah. I think it just kind of makes sense because it just kind of works out for a lot of time zones. And everyone can see it on their own leisure in a good time zone. But yeah, I'm happy it wasn't today at 10 because I would not have been able to make it, but now I can make it. So,
me either.
Yeah. Yay!
So yeah. Oh, and it will be 40 minutes long. So
yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot. Minutes. That's a very lengthy Direct. So that's kind of exciting.
Yeah. I have a really complicated relationship with September Directs. I feel like I think the 2018 one was pretty strong. 2021 was okay in my opinion. It had some good stuff. Obviously, the Mario casting announcement was unforgettable.
Hilarious. It was hilarious.
Hilarious. Even 2022, I don't think was that bad, but I am a very avid 2019 September disliker. I know that's a very hot take. I know it's one of the most well-loved Directs, but I just really did not like it very much, and so I'm hoping, it won't be another 2019 September.
I mean, we just gotta hope.
I'm a little nervous because it said, like, only winter games. But
well,
I mean...
I think they say that for every single September Direct.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, I'm just being, like, picky here, but...
I mean, this will be probably our last September Direct before the next console.
It could... No, because I think it's either launch. Nate said, who's on Nate the Hate on Twitter, reliable Nintendo leaker. He said it's either March 2024 as a launch or announcement. Mm-hmm. So we would still get the February one.
Yeah, I think it's like the last September Direct for the Switch.
Oh, well, possibly? Oh, yeah, actually. It probably is.
Yeah.
Wow,
well,
this is it.
There'll probably be Switch games in the next September Direct, but it won't be focused on.
Yeah, but this is probably the last September Direct with just the Switch being a thing. Wow.
That is crazy, too.
Oh, man. So, we should get into predictions.
Yeah.
So, do you want to start? I could start, whatever you want.
I can just, I'm going to just go with a really simple one. I think we're going to see the last pack for the Mario Kart
Right.
booster
Yep, I
pass.
had that.
Yeah, just because
Does it end in 2023?
Yeah, so
Wow. That's
yeah,
so crazy because I remember like watching the February direct in 2022 and seeing that. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be so old when it comes out. And now I'm here. I was like, oh, I'll be in college. And now I'm in college. So time flies. Time's crazy. But
yeah.
yeah, definitely gonna see DLC.
I
I
think
mean,
that
it's
is a
kind of a no-brainer.
guarantee in my opinion.
Yeah, it's one of the last no-brainers we have as a prediction here, like
Yeah.
something you'll see.
Do you have any
Oh
predictions for
wow.
like a character I mean, they have two characters left to show.
I don't really know. I don't know who's not in the game at this point. Like I don't really keep up to date with
Yeah.
stuff like that. Um,
I'll just say I think Diddy Kong is gonna make it.
Diddy Kong, sure. Diddy
Yeah.
Kong.
Yeah.
I'll go
Diddy
with
Kong.
Diddy Kong too. Diddy Kong. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I guess I could keep going.
Yeah.
I think we'll see Luigi Dark Moon port release date. A little more information on that. Same with some information on the Mario RPG remake.
Very interesting.
A little bit more, just like a basic like recap. Not a recap, but like just a little bit, maybe like a recap to the Wonder Direct, just saying like this is what's happening, like a little bit more information. Just because it's coming out soon, it makes sense. So I think we'll see stuff on that. And I originally wasn't thinking we would see anything on the Peach game because like it just seemed like it was very early in development. Like we saw very little of it at the last Direct, but Pioro spoke and he said we would see it. So my guess is that we get the title and a season. So I'm gonna say like summer 2024.
He said we're getting the title, so.
Yeah, it's title. I mean, obviously we would get a title.
I kind of think it's coming out earlier than that. I think it's coming out in March.
March, okay.
So, but
sure.
We'll see. There's no guarantees in that.
It just felt like so early in development. So I feel like summer is like a good middle ground because it's not like winter or spring, but I mean, or fall. But yeah, I don't really know. But yeah, I think we'll see stuff on those games.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those are the only games we really actually know about too, so we gotta talk about them.
Right.
Oh, and WarioWare. I don't know if we'll see a trailer for WarioWare, but
when's the next WarioWare coming out again? Because I remember thinking about that this morning.
November, 2 weeks before. No, 2 weeks before a remake. So. Yeah,
we'll see a little something on that. I'm sure, just like a little thing.
I guess. Because we addressed all that. I don't think we're gonna see anything Pokemon like we did in the June one.
Okay. I disagree. I feel like I would agree with you if it did, like the last direct did not open with DLC. And the fact that we're not really close to a direct of we're not really close to a Pokemon Direct or Presents, whatever. And I think because of that, I think I have Indigo Disc question mark. I don't know about that, but I do think we'll see something on Detective Pikachu. I think it comes out pretty soon. We don't know a lot about it, and again,
less than a month. So. Yeah,
exactly. And I just don't really think there's like an opportunity to like really dive into it in a Presents. So I think it makes sense. I think we'll see probably not the Indigo Disc, but probably Detective Pikachu. So
I didn't really think about it. Maybe we'll get, since the DLC did come out yesterday, maybe they'll mention that you can go play it now.
Yeah, like they could talk about Detective Pikachu and be like, just a reminder, we launched Part 1 DLC recently, and here's the release date for Indigo Disc.
Yeah. I think, actually, I think I'm going back on that prediction. I think you're right.
Okay. Yeah.
It just sounds too good. So.
Yeah.
Do you got another one? Or?
Yeah, so I have some things that I don't think we'll see.
Ooh.
I think we will not see what the next Splatfest is.
Ooh, okay.
I think it's pretty recent after the last one. And I also think I'll go into Splatoon more later because obviously we'll touch on side order, but I think the way this direct is going to be set up, there won't really be a way to discuss the Splatfest. I'll explain it soon, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
But so I don't think there will be a Splatfest announcement, especially also because we're very early into the season. You wouldn't be able to really touch on the next season because we just got into this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I also don't think we will see Zelda ports or Metroid Prime 4.
Ooh.
Now, every single direct, I say Metroid Prime 4 will be the one more thing because it will be the one more thing one day. Yeah. I don't think it's going to be this one. This is going to be the one direct. I don't say it's the one more thing, and it will be, and I will lose my mind. But I think something else will be the one more thing. Something based off the Pioro leaks, which we'll get into later. But I don't think it's time today. But yeah, do you think anything else we won't see, or do you agree, disagree?
I mean, well, okay, so we'll talk about side order later, but for the Metroid Prime 4 thing, I don't know. I think it'll be mentioned because I think one of the two Prime 2 or Prime 3 is coming to Switch.
Oh,
and yeah, because I don't know if you can go another time releasing one of the next games in the series and not mention it.
I mean, it would be interesting though if they did that because they kind of already did that when they announced Metroid Dread. They were like, "I'm sure you're wondering about Metroid Prime 4. It's happening." Can they do that again? I mean, they've done that before with Bayonetta 3, but that was I feel like you can only do that one.
I mean, you think the only way we see this is if it's a one more thing?
I feel like that's the only way it makes sense because I think about Bayonetta 3, that kind of had the same release schedule. It wasn't exactly at the same time, but they were both announced in 2017, and Bayonetta 3 was a one more thing. And I feel like, especially since this is probably the longest Switch game in development.
Yeah.
From announcement to release, I think there's no way it's not a one more thing. Because at this point, every single person knows about it, whether you play Metroid or not. I've played a Metroid game for 5 minutes in an AP Gov class last year, and even I know, I'm not really the biggest Metroid enthusiast, but I still know every single thing about the timeline of this game because it's just so fascinating. And I mean, I think it makes sense. I understand taking a while to make sure a game's perfect. It's just been so long, so it would be one more thing, I'm sure.
I agree. I mean, I think maybe, honestly, I do think it closes the direct. I do think it's in there and it closes it.
All right.
And I think it will be a segment with one of the two other Metroid Prime games. They'll show off a trailer for that one.
They did the port as
a highlight or a segment.
Highlight.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they would do 2 and 3 as a one more thing.
Well, I think they'll do that and then they'll have a Metroid Prime 4 trailer.
Oh, like they did Skyward Sword and
then...
Okay. Yeah, maybe. I just don't think that's today. Maybe another one. Maybe February.
I mean, it has to be February.
It has to be February.
I don't know what else.
It's either this or February.
Yeah.
It'll probably have February. Oh my god, it'll probably do. Oh my god, I can't. I'm stuttering so bad right now. It'll probably be February.
And then the last thing I had listed, just based on things we know, is I think we're gonna find out more news about Nintendo Switch Online. Somehow, some news, maybe an N64 game comes or something, but
yeah,
that is all I had that I knew.
Oh, okay. I'll just go through the rest I have. Then.
Well, I have stuff to predict, but
yeah.
I
said Stray on Switch.
Ooh.
I don't know. I was feeling a little crazy when I wrote that. But that's it for games. So I'm a big fan of, as you know, predicting the opening, middle, and closing of a Nintendo Direct. Big fan of those opening, middles, and closings. I'll tell you that. So I guess I could tell you what I think it's going to be. Now, sometimes I'm completely off, and sometimes I'm completely on the dot. I'm sure I've said this already. I'm way too, proud of myself, but I predicted Splatoon 3 for February 2021. For, I think it was September 2022, I said Fire Emblem would open, and then Pikmin 4 would close, and then Tears of the Kingdom would be the middle. And I kind of got that. It was just flipped around.
Yeah.
So, close enough. I don't know. But I like when I predict things and it comes true. So maybe this will be one of those cases. Sometimes I'm completely off, though, so don't treat me like, the predictor for these types of things.
So
but anyway.
You're not a Pioro.
I'm not a Pioro. Definitely not a Pioro. So anyway, I think we are opening with side order. I think the reason we're opening with side order is because, yes, side order was a middle for one of the directs. But think about the last direct and how it opened with Pokemon DLC. I don't really think anyone necessarily predicted that.
Yeah.
But if they can open with DLC, then I don't see how they can't open with side order. You know what I mean? I just think it makes a lot of sense. And, if you think about it more, like they opened February 2023 with Pikmin 4. So, a lot of openings in ways, I think, I don't know if this is like a hot take, but like sometimes they don't necessarily, wait, what am I saying? I don't know. They're not like the biggest part of the direct, right?
Yeah.
Minus maybe September 2018. Luigi's Mansion 3 was a crazy opening. But, and I feel like side order is huge, but it's not like a new thing, So I think it makes sense. People are expecting it. People want it. Just like how people were expecting, Pikmin 4 in February. So I just think it makes sense overall. But I do think overall, even if it's not the opening, side order will definitely be here. I think it just makes sense. It's time. I'm ready for it. And that's kind of why I said that I don't think we'll see Splatfest information, because I think it would be weird to have side order as the opening and then go into Splatoon later. So...
Yeah. I mean, they did that with Pokemon, though. They had the Pokemon DLC, and then they went to Detective Pikachu like 20 minutes later.
I mean, yeah, but those are different games.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I get what you mean.
I mean, for me, I think Splatoon is gonna... It's obviously... I think side order is in this direct.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's opening. I think it's actually gonna be like one of the not the sizzle reel, the highlights.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. It's just that in E3 2018, I think they did Octo expansion as part of like the sizzle reel at the end.
I don't think it'll be in that. I don't think it'll be in that.
And it just said like summer 2018. Yeah. Everyone was like, it is summer 2018. It was a confusing time.
And then they shadow dropped it 2 days later.
Yeah, they shadow dropped it a few days later. That'd be funny if that happens this time. But I think, it's I don't think they're gonna do that again.
We haven't seen anything of it, so
yeah,
you gotta show things from it.
So should I say what I think the middle and closing is gonna be, and then you say what the middle closing is gonna be, or should we go like one by one? What do you think the opening is gonna be, and I'll say middle, you'll say middle.
I think the opening. I didn't mention the opening.
Yeah.
I think the opening is gonna be a new Fire Emblem game.
Oh. Wow.
And this isn't
I feel like we just got one.
this isn't like based off the leaks. I've seen rumors of it, but
there's
been like rumors that like I think the 4th Fire Emblem game is getting a remake, and apparently it's been done for like a year.
For like ever.
Yeah. So I mean, but apparently everyone's been saying it's been done for a year. So.
I say the Dragon Quest HD 2D remake is coming in every direct. So.
I mean, I don't. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Not this time. We're switching it up.
Ooh. Yeah, I think it would open on Fire Emblem. I think it's gonna open on a new game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, honestly, September direct openings are kind of a hit or miss.
I think out of all the directs, those are not the best. I think out of all the directs, the openers in September usually aren't.
That's exactly because 2018 again, very strong. Luigi's Mansion 3, wow. But then you had stuff like Overwatch, which, I mean, yes, it was leaked and that kind of was annoying, but also it's an Overwatch port. Like, I think that could have not been an opening and maybe just been like a highlight, because a lot of ports are highlights, I don't know. And then Daybreak, I'm sure there's a lot of like, Monster Hunter fans.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that was huge. And I mean, I would go crazy if Splatoon 3 DLC opened, so I'm not going to say like it's a bad opener. It's not, it just wasn't for me, I think. But then a new Fire Emblem game opened last Direct for the last September one. That was pretty cool. So
I mean, maybe that's kind of why I'm saying, because I think the Fire Emblem game's in this Direct.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I think that's why I'm saying it's opening, because it opened up a Direct before, and they opened it with 3 Hopes in June, or not June, February last year. So.
Yeah. All right. Should we go into our middles? We
can.
All right. I think the middle is going to be F-Zero. And now everyone says, there's always going to be that one guy that's like, F-Zero game is coming for every Direct. It just never does.
Yeah.
But it's different this time because Pioro tweeted it. So that's pretty crazy. And I honestly think, like, you would think it'd be like a closing, right? Because it's like a huge thing. It's like the first F-Zero game in so many years. At this point, such a well-known character and franchise. But honestly, and I've been noticing this more recently, like, the middles are sometimes more exciting than a closing. I can't really think of any examples off the top of my head, but, well, I think a good example, what I'm thinking about when I wrote this is Metroid Dread, right? That was a middle. And that's another game that had, years since it had been in development for years. It been years since a 2D Metroid game.
Yeah.
And that was a middle. And so and I think something else feels more like a closer. But I think we're going to see it here. And I don't think it's going to be a closing because I think something else will be a closing. So I'm positive I'm middle here. I think it'd be a crazy middle.
I mean, what type of... Do you think it's like a full-on F-Zero game? Or you think... I mean, I've been seeing some stuff. Maybe some people are saying like the 99 game.
A 99 game?
Like a Tetris 99.
That'd be pretty crazy, but I would say a new F-Zero game. I think they would just be like, let's just do it,
But you think that's the middle? Like F-Zero's gonna be...
Yeah, F-Zero's the middle. What do you think?
I mean... I think if it is a new F-Zero game, I think it is not a new. Maybe it's like a remaster of like old games too. But I think if it is like a full game, it's gonna be the middle. But if it is 99, they can do that like in some like one of the segment highlight things.
Oh, like how they did Tetris 99, like just like 99 players. Yeah.
But also speaking, I mean, I think the middle in June was bigger than Wonder because it had just so much stuff in that middle.
I mean, it was. I think the reason it felt bigger is because they did like 3 pretty. Things back to back to back, but
I mean maybe not the game itself.
It, at E3 2019, like that wasn't like the point. If that like they weren't like, oh, you just saw Animal Crossing? Would you like to see Banjo? You just saw Banjo? Would you like to see Breath of the Wild 2? But like at this point, it was like, you want Mario? We got more Mario. You want more Mario? We got even more Mario. So they were doing like that a bit. So it was more like a funny thing. Kind of.
Okay. So, I
do think like remakes in the Peach game is slightly a little more exciting than Wonder personally, just because I think they're more well known, and I don't know. That depends on the person, though. I think they're all going to be great.
I mean, speaking of the Peach, do you think Peach game is a segment, or do you think that's a?
I think it's like just a thing. You know what I mean? Like I think it's like a. I don't think it's I think it'll be a highlight.
Do you think it gets a trailer?
A new adventure.
You think it's getting a new trailer?
I don't know about trailer, but just like, like a highlight, like Princess Peach is where? And then it's like, she's on stage, and it's like, follow Princess Peach as she goes through this magical theater world. Princess Peach in the theater world. Summer 2024. Like, just something like that,
I think honestly, I think Peach is the middle. I think Peach is getting a full trailer. Because I think that's their big game for the first half of the year, next year.
Okay.
But
sure.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Are we doing closings? Are we done with middles?
Yeah, we can talk about the closer.
All right. I think the closer for September 2023 is going to be another leak from Pioro. But the Mario versus Donkey Kong game. He's basically said we're getting a new one. And I believe him. So, yeah. I honestly just think, like, it makes sense. Because I think you have, like, Mario and Donkey Kong. Like, that's kind of, like, that's Mario and Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
You know, like, those are very well-known Nintendo characters, and I feel like F-Zero is huge, but I think it kind of follows the trend of like putting a huge thing as the middle and something you wouldn't really expect to be the closing, but you also expect it because they're well-known Nintendo characters.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like Mario RPG, right? You could expect it to be a closing because that could feel like a closing, but at the same time, people don't really know Geno or a lot of other characters in that game. But then, you know, so you put that in the middle, you put that as the middle, and then you have a brand new fully 2D, a new 2D Mario, just Mario, as the closing. So I feel like it kind of follows that sort of thing. And I think even like June 2021, like Metroid Dread could have been a closing. That would have been huge.
Yeah.
You know? But they put it as the middle because it's not as well known. And they put Tears of the Kingdom at the end because everyone knows Link as a well-known Nintendo character.
Yeah.
So I feel like it kind of follows that trend. And it just feels like a closing. Like Mario and Donkey Kong, that feels like closing. I kind of think back to February 2022 for a bit because I do think that's one of, if not the best direct. Because you had Three Hopes as an opening, which isn't for everyone, but it's a new Warriors game, okay? It's big. You went to like 2 games after that, and then immediately into Strikers. Not even like really a middle. Like 2 games, what is that? Like 5 minutes in, we're already getting a new Strikers. That could be a closing right there.
Yeah.
You know, it was just, that was a crazy direct. So I'm kind of thinking of that a little bit, in a way. But yeah, I'm going with Mario and DK. What do you think?
I think Mario DK is in the direct.
Right.
I don't think it's gonna close. I don't know how big the Mario and Donkey Kong games actually are because it's like a series. So
imagine they do something like February 2022, where we're going into a few games, and then all of a sudden, like 5 minutes in, the screen goes black, and we just see Mario and Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I think they can do that. I think it's gonna
I don't
be.
think anyone really expected Strikers to be 5 minutes into the Nintendo Direct, but
I think it'll be that. I think it's gonna get like its own thing, and they're gonna like after the trailer shown, they're gonna like say something about it. But I don't think it's gonna have like a middle or an end. I think it's just gonna be like a trailer that just shows up.
Okay.
I do think the closer. I mentioned I think it's Metroid Prime 4.
Look, I know what you're gonna say.
I'm not gonna go into like a prediction for like a game that's not even known yet, but I think it's gonna be Metroid Prime 4. You know, just as a normal.
I thought you were gonna say Kid Icarus.
I mean, I would say Kid Icarus is like a prediction. Like I think. Yeah. It's like a want. It's not even a prediction, I guess.
This is the first time where I think you're saying Metroid Prime 4 and I'm not.
I mean, we haven't seen it in ever. So
that's what everyone says, but like at this point, like I don't even know.
I mean, I just think it's gonna do the same thing that Zelda did in the E3 2021 direct, or they had like a segment just for Zelda. I think it's just be a segment for Metroid.
That's pretty smart, actually. Yeah, maybe.
But that is that.
I have
yeah.
One more thing. It's my one more thing. That was terrible. Okay. So I labeled this under craziest thing. So I mentioned this earlier, I think, but Nate the Hate on Twitter, well, not really, I think he said it in like a podcast. Someone summed it up on Twitter, and he said that either March 2024 will either be the launch of the Switch 2 or the announcement. And if it's a launch, then it would kind of have to follow, at least similarly, the Switch launch, timeline where announced in October. And of course there was a I don't really remember if there was a September 2016 direct, but either way
there was one. It was like a 3DS direct.
Okay, then probably not for that then. But yeah, I don't know. I think if it is launching in March, do you think we are seeing the Switch 2? If it is actually launching in March, then it will be the one more thing. But if it is launching in March, do you think we're gonna see it here?
Yeah. I think if it is launching early next year, we have to see it here, because I think if it is launching like early March or in March, they're probably gonna show off a game that's in this direct that's coming to both it and the Switch.
Ooh, imagine they show off like some crazy like port. Like they're porting like I don't know, what's like a crazy high quality game.
Elden Ring. I don't
They're
know.
porting Elden Ring,
Yeah.
right? Or like Red Dead 2, like some
Yeah.
huge Sony game, like Spider-Man, I don't know. Just like some really high quality Sony games. And they're like, some guy's playing it on a
Yeah.
TV, or it's just in the direct. And you're like, what? What's this? They're showing all these high quality, like, first party Sony games here. What could this be? And then you zoom out and it's on like a whole new console.
I mean, that would be crazy. I mean, I think maybe that could be Metroid Prime 4's debut.
They could actually do that.
Metroid Prime 4 could be shown off because it's coming to both of their consoles.
Imagine they do Metroid Prime 4 and then they zoom out.
Yeah.
I think I'm like predicting this perfectly. This is gonna happen.
I mean, the console and Metroid Prime 4 closing, that'd be kind of crazy.
That would actually be the craziest direction. Move over, Smash Brothers. Move over, March 2018. You don't matter anymore.
So I just have like a list of games just to like mention. Well, I forgot. We're obviously gonna see third-party stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like it'd be weird if I don't mention Tomodachi Life.
Yeah,
it's my most fun game on the Switch.
Yeah.
We're never getting it, but I'm here anyway to try and put it into the world.
Just like games we know. We're probably gonna see Professor Layton again.
Oh yeah.
Those types of games. Maybe Sonic is gonna appear again.
Maybe.
Maybe Batman.
I don't know.
So obviously, you already mentioned Kid Icarus. I think Kid Icarus is going to show up. It's gonna be like middle, perfect.
Oh, of course.
In a perfect world, it's in the middle.
Absolutely.
Same thing with Captain Toad. Captain Toad's new game.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
Do you think we're getting Zelda DLC?
No. Honestly, I was kind of saying it'd be like the opening or middle for a while, but after that interview where they're like, we're just not doing it. Yeah. They're just not doing it. I believe them. I don't really see why they would lie. I mean, of course, maybe like to trick us, it'd be a bigger surprise, but like,
do you think Zelda appears at all?
I don't think that. I think there's no Tears of the Kingdom or Zelda. It's honestly crazy that we're getting no DLC because Breath of the Wild had such substantial DLC, but it happens. I guess it makes sense. They worked so hard on the game. I guess I understand feeling like everything you could possibly do for that world is there already.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I get it.
But I thought 2D Zelda is possible if they want to show off a new 2D. I mean, a new Zelda game, but
I don't know, bro.
That would be the closer. Like if they show off a new Zelda game, that is the closer.
They did a 2D Zelda as a closer a long time ago.
Link's Awakening, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if they would do that again.
You think Mario Sports has anything? Mario Baseball?
No. Probably not.
Do you think Pikmin 4 is getting a DLC? I think Pikmin 4 might get DLC.
Maybe, actually. I wouldn't be surprised if they got a little thing. Actually, I don't know, because the post game was like extremely substantial. I'm actually gonna say no on that because
I mean maybe they
so much.
Yeah, I mean maybe they are doing it, but I don't know. Maybe it's too big, or maybe it's not too big, but maybe they're just not ready to show it off yet. That could be like a February thing.
Yeah, maybe.
No new Luigi's Mansion. Sadly, it's gonna be Dark Moon all the way.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, probably not.
Do you think any movies, television shows?
I don't think so. I mean, they did say at one point. I mean, actually, I don't know because obviously Mario was the highest grossing movie of the year for a very long time, and it's currently the second highest grossing behind Barbie. So that's extremely impressive, and obviously they're gonna make a sequel. Yeah. Especially because they teased Yoshi at the end, which I still think is a pretty bad post-credit scene. I love Yoshi. I just if he didn't show up for 2 seconds on Yoshi's Island, that like scene where they were going through the worlds, I would have been fine with it.
Yeah.
But I already know what Yoshi looks like in this movie. I don't need to see it again. Anyway, but I don't know. I think honestly, we would probably get a Luigi's Mansion movie before a sequel.
And do you think that would appear here?
I would like it to. Imagine, like, I'm just sorry, I'm thinking about, like, one of the Mario directs that they did to, like, show off a new trailer, where they were like, this is the first direct with, like, this actor and Charlie Day, and they didn't say it'd be the last, so... I don't know.
I mean, maybe they pre-recorded it. Maybe it's
maybe Charlie Day comes in. He's like, "Hey guys, I got a Luigi's Mansion movie coming out." Oh wait, no, that'd be scabbing.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe they pre-recorded it.
It'd be like in big letters below. This was filmed before the actors' strike.
It was filmed in February of 2023.
This was filmed a very long time ago.
And that was gonna be the post-credit scene.
All the gamers would be like, "What's an actor's strike?" I don't know.
I mean, that's all the games I had listed. I mean, there's obviously other games. There's probably a game in here that we did not list at all that's going to appear in the direct. I mean, there might be.
I'm sure, of course, there'll be things that we missed, but it'll be nice to see them.
I mean, unless this direct doesn't have any first-party games. I mean, who knows?
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe it's a partner direct.
It says winter, but obviously we're gonna get something going past that a little bit. So.
But yeah, that is all. I mean, that's all I have.
That's all I have.
Maybe new Star Fox, but that's all I have. So.
Yeah, maybe.
that was very exciting. I mean, this video is almost as long as the direct itself.
Yeah.
So.
And I will see you here tomorrow morning.
Yes, very exciting, very exciting. But I hope you all enjoy this predictions. If you have any of your own predictions, and you're watching this video before the direct airs, put them down in the comments below. I'll try to respond with some thought on it. But yeah, that is all I have for you all today. So I hope you all are doing well. Make sure to make sure happy, because rhymes with generic happy. And I'll see you all in the reaction for the direct tomorrow. Goodbye.